world is experiencing global natural disaster, and it's scary. Ghana has experienced the craziest flooding in its history, with over 34 people deceased. Venezuela has been hit with multiple earthquakes, and the aftermath is insane. Europe has recorded the greatest heat wave of all time, with over 1,300 people deceased. There are multiple wildfire outbreaks in Central Asia, and the Great El Niño is closer than you think. This and many more we'll be looking at in this video, so subscribe to the channel, turn on post notification, and don't forget to like the video. Let's do it the Alpha way. Ghana has recorded the highest rainfall in its history. The whole city of Accra has been flooded, along with many other towns close to it. According to the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, death toll as a result of Monday's flood is 34. Central region leads with 18 deaths. Greater Accra follows with 12 deaths, with 4 recorded in the Volta region. The president addressed the nation and he says that the data shows about 140 milliliters of rain had fallen on Accra. The highest single-day rainfall recorded last year was around 56 milliliters. So that is a huge jump from 56 to 140 milliliters. That is insane. If you watch some of the videos, it's insane. You see people sitting on their walls, on their buildings and all of that. President John Mahama has ordered the deployment of Ghana Armed Forces and police personnel to support the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, and other security services in the rescue and relief operations across the capital. Neighboring Ivory Coast has also been hit by heavy rains. The country's authorities didn't provide a death toll, but a source close to the firefighters and the interior minister said it was around 20. About 20 people have been deceased in Ivory Coast. That is allegedly, because it's not confirmed yet. During the president's speech, he said, and I quote, "This means that our waterways no longer have sufficient time to recover before more rain falls. Out of the 30 days in June, rainfall occurred on about 22 days, leaving only 7 or 8 dry days. That aspect of the problem is beyond our control because it's driven by changing climate conditions." He also attributed it to people's attitude, where they throw refuse in the gutters and dump it by the roadsides and wherever they get. And he also attributed it to people building in flood-prone areas. Yeah. So he also said that he has instructed that they give relief funds to anybody who has been affected by this flooding. If you ask me, if I throw garbage in the gutters and on the roadsides and then it floods, and then at the end of the day I get a relief fund for myself, then maybe I will keep doing it. I don't get it. Maybe we should just put the relief fund aside, okay? And then we set up a campaign where the people become a watchdog in their communities. So if you see somebody throwing garbage or dumping refuse in the gutters, you just make a video of them. And then when you show the video to the police or something, you get a token of appreciation for that. Like, you be each other's watchdog in the community. That way, maybe, just maybe, there will be no more flooding in the communities. And also, everybody who has a house in a flood-prone area should produce their permits. And whoever signed those permits should be fired immediately. Hats out to anybody who has been affected by this rain and this flooding. It's a disturbing news, so it's not something to joke with. Let me know how you think of this. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. The rescuers are still searching for survivors after 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude quakes struck within minutes of each other on Wednesday evening, flattering buildings in the northern part of the country. At least 68,900 people have been reported unaccounted for by their families. Many civilians in La Guera, one of the hardest hit areas, have been using shovels and their bare hands to dig through debris of collapsed buildings. It's insane. Federal rescue teams sent by governments from across the world, including Mexico, the US, Brazil, El Salvador, and France, arrived in Venezuela on a Saturday. So people are coming together to help each other. Aids are coming in. It's disappointing how things are going at this point because, I don't know, the earthquake is becoming too much over there in those areas. And this time around, the natural disaster, when they hit in high magnitude, we don't really know what is happening because one thing is happening here and another thing happening here and another thing happening here, all in high magnitudes. And it's just mind-boggling because As it stands now, there is a very high heat wave across the entire Europe. And it's insane. Some people are actually hiding in fridges. I saw a video where somebody entered a grocery shop, opened the fridge, and then entered into the fridge and closed it. That is insane. That is just insane. In some countries like Berlin, the government has actually organized trucks where they are pouring water on people on the street. I mean, it's not funny, but imagine that you're going to work all dressed up in your suit and you just find yourself drenched in water. Like, how do you work in drenched water? Sorry, I'm laughing, but this is a very serious situation, okay? More than 1,300 people are deceased in Europe amid heat wave. What can the countries do? According to Al Jazeera, the temperature reached 40 degrees Celsius, that is 104 degrees Fahrenheit, in parts of Europe on a Sunday. According to The Guardian, Spain and France have faced more heat after scorching June caused 2,000 people dead. Spain and France are bracing for another possible heat wave that could bring temperature of 44 degrees over the coming days, as figures shows that extreme heat was responsible for more than 2,000 excessive deaths in two countries. The temperature will begin to rise over the weekend and we can't rule out another heat wave, said Robin De Campo, an EMET spokesperson. The agency said that high temperature could increase the likelihood of forest fires next week and warned older people and those with cardiovascular problems to take extra care in the daytime heat. There is potential for high heat and it looks like it's going to increase in the coming days. So you all take precautions. That brings us to the El Nino. This could be the greatest disaster of all time if it happens. According to Reuters, strong El Nino would develop rapidly over the coming months, says UN Weather Agency. Geneva, July 3rd, Reuters. The United Nations Weather Agency on Friday raised its forecast for the rapid emergence of a strong El Nino in the coming months, warning that the phenomenon is likely to drive global temperature high. El Nino is a periodic warming of sea surface temperature in the central and eastern Pacific Ocean, which typically lasts between 9 to 12 months. That can drive up global temperature and increase the risk of extreme weather, according to the World Meteorological Agency. So those are big words. All it means is that there's going to be a lot of heat on the seas, okay? And then the wind is going to blow all of them onto the lands. So since we humans are on the lands and there are people close to the seas, okay? Those people close to the seas are going to experience high heat because that heat is going to come from the sea, okay? So it's like what we learned in school, in high school, where we learned the land breeze and the sea breeze. Yeah, that thing. That's going to happen, except that the sea itself is going to be very hot. So it's going to blow, the wind is going to blow that heat onto the land, which has been happening. But this time around, the heat is going to be very excessive. That's it. What does this El Nino do to the weather? Because the ocean is so big, this warm water changes the weather for the whole planet. Okay. Places that are usually dry, like the coast of South America and the southern part of the United States, get hit with heavy rain and bad flood. Okay, now too little rain. Places that are usually wet, like Australia, parts of Asia, suddenly gets very dry. This causes drought and big wildfires. So in other words, if you have been experiencing raining seasons, normal raining seasons, this time around, you are going to experience the opposite, drought and wildfire. And if you have been experiencing drought, like normal dryness, like lack of rain, that is normal. This time around, you are going to experience rainfall and high flood. Okay, now both sides are prone to wildfire. Why? Because during the rainy season, it's funny how even during the rainy seasons, there's still wildfire. It's like you would think that the rain should quench the fire, but somehow it causes wildfire instead. So both sides are prone to experiencing fire outbreaks. Okay, so you all should take care. And why does this really matter? It matters because there's going to be fewer fish. The cold water that stayed trapped deep down has all the fish food, okay? Without it, the fish lives or die, which hurts fishermen. Okay, so it means that we're not going to get more fish. Okay, farming problems. Bad floods in some places and no rain in others make it very hard for farmers to grow food. Most importantly, people are prone to lose their lives. People are prone to lose their properties and all of that. So you all stay safe in these areas that we've mentioned. Which areas, talking about areas, which areas are prone to these kind of El Nino severities? Australia, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Timor-Leste, these islands, Greater Horn of Africa, that is the peak of Africa, Sudan, South Sudan, Ethiopia, and Somalia. These areas need to be very careful because they are prone to these things. America, the entire America, Central America, and all these places have to be also very careful. If you live in these areas, 0-4 zone, make sure that you set this place, you clear all mulch, remove dead leaves, move firewood far away from you or your houses, and then move 5 to 10 feet away, like lean, clean, and green. Like space out trees like 10 feet apart. If you have trees in your house and it's clustered, try to cut some of them, create spaces in between. So if your lawns are grown, try to mow it so that it doesn't catch fire. Even if it's green, it can still catch fire. So be careful with that. Just mow all of them very low. Try to prune branches so that it can the tree can stay up. If it's hanging down like that, it can catch fire and all of that. Stay safe, clean out your space, try to dig trenches around your house if you can. If you feel like all this is too difficult for you, just grab your passport and the few things that you can and then go on vacation in another country for a while, because it's gonna get crazy. Okay, not putting fear in you guys, but El Nino is not something to joke with. Okay, my condolences to anybody who has lost a loved one in this predicament. Heart out to you all, and may any deceased person's soul rest in perfect peace. We don't wish this for anybody. We hope that these things stop. And if you live in these kind of areas, to try to put measures in place so that these things don't happen to you. Like, you all know what you have to do. Ghanaians, you know how to do. Venezuelans, my heart out to you. Earthquake is something inevitable. If you live in earthquake-prone areas, it's inevitable. So that there's nothing much to say about it. I hope that the governments in these areas find ways to put measures in place so that it protects their citizens, like Japan building earthquake resistant buildings, stuff like this. And I know that Ghana is actually putting measures in place. They are trying to drill trenches in the areas and open riverways that are blocked and all of that. I hope that they put measures in place so that they catch corporates who dump refuse in gutters and all of that. Hey, thank you for clicking on the video. I appreciate you for giving your time and clicking on the video and watching it. Let me know how do you think of the stories in the comment section. Drop your thoughts about this video in the comment section. I will read them all. YouTube actually thinks you will love this video more, so click on it and I'll see you there.